Welcome, Reflections. You're over here with Tarethia. We are here for another hoodoo, voodoo, root worker's tale in the South. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, hit the follow button so you do not miss on another story. We're actually going to Alabama. This story is actually called For the Love of Money and Magic. The town of Alexander City, Alabama, is home to a fascinating murder mystery involving conjure and religions that is so compelling that the famed writer Harper Lee, How to Kill a Mockingbird, wanted to write a novel based on the story. The tale of Reverend Willie Maxwell begins with a mysterious death of his wife, Mary Edwards Maxwell, who was discovered beaten and strangled in her car in 1969. The minister was indicated for murdering his wife, but before the trial could begin, the principal star witness in the case married Maxwell and then changed her testimony against him. 2 years later, Maxwell's brother was found dead of excessive alcohol consumption on a rural road. An investigator with the local sheriff's department determined that the victim, Columbus Maxwell, may have been forced to drink a fatal amount of alcohol. 2 years later, the minister's second wife was found dead in her car near their home. The cause was acute asthmatic bronchitis, which has a similar effect to suffocation. Maxwell went to court contending that his wife died of shock after the accident and that he should receive her insurance benefits. 3 years later, Maxwell's nephew was found dead in his car. The cause of death was determined to have come from him driving off the road. The victim, James Hicks, had several papers regarding insurance policies that had been taken out on his life by his mother. However, it was determined that the papers had actually been found out by Reverend Willie Maxwell's handwriting. It was rumored that Reverend Maxwell was a good preacher, but he was also known for dabbling in the conjure. Maxwell was allegedly seen hanging chickens in the trees around his property. He was also seen painting his doorstep with the blood from his chickens. Rumors in the African American community was that he had worked with the famous Seven Sisters of Allegrius and had a secret room where he performed spells in his home. Interviews with people from the community revealed that many people were scared of Maxwell and would go inside their homes when he drove through their neighborhood. He established quite a reputation for preaching the Lord and also crossing with the spirits. On June the 11th, 1977, Maxwell's stepdaughter, Shirley Ann Elliston, was discovered dead. The police reported vaguely described the death as an unusual and, like many of the others related to Maxwell, took place on a rural country road. The body of the girl was discovered under a car where it appeared that she had been changing a tire. Local opinions was that the child was dead before she was placed under the car. On June the 20th, Reverend Maxwell delivered the eulogy for his 16-year-old stepdaughter at a local funeral home. As Maxwell exchanged glares with locals who feared and suspected him of the worst, little Ann Elliston's uncle made his way through the crowd and placed a pistol against the temple of Willie Maxwell. The crowd of 300 onlookers grasped as Robert Louis Burns announced he killed Shirley and he's going to pay for it. Burns fired 3 bullets to Maxwell's face. Maxwell's legacy has burned into the memory of the community of Alexander City. Evidence of Maxwell's conjuring was discovered after his death. Family members went into Maxwell's house and discovered a number of items, including jars filled with blood. Some jars were labeled love, hate, friendship, and death. At Maxwell's funeral, Reverend C. Martis compared Maxwell to Moses, saying he was a murderer and a fugitive, and that he was sent by God to lead his people. Martyrs went on to say they accused him of being Beelzebub. They talked about him casting out the spirits with spirits. He went on to say that Maxwell is coming back to judge someday. So what do you think about that, Reflection? What do you think about this particular story in Alexander City, Alabama? And have you heard of this story about Reverend Willis Maxwell and all of these particular deaths that was surrounding him? Reflection, what do you think about that? So with that being said, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button so you never miss out on our next Hoodoo Voodoo tale. Ashe.